Taika Jaiyah, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to my lovely, warm, dry country. Congratulations on the movie, first and foremost, on a movie clearly made with a lot of love and a lot of heart and a lot of warmth. And most importantly, from one of my favourite documentaries of all time, Next Goal Wins. I guess this answers the question of what does Taika Waititi watch on his downtime. How does this happen? You flick through Netflix, Amazon Prime,
No. This was a friend of mine, one of my producers. I was shooting Hunt for the Wilder People, and it was just, I think, over the weekend or something. He had seen the doc, and he said, "You've got to watch this thing." And so I watched it, and it just sort of sat in my mind and my heart for a while after that. And it was a few months later, I just started thinking about it again. I thought, the thing that really I loved was the really uplifting underdog story, but also that it was like Pacific Islanders on screen, and they're the heroes of the story. And I just felt like, it's such a great documentary. I could take that and twist the truth a lot, and then make it a more entertaining film that's got sort of more of my signature on it.
This must be a weird experience for you, Jaiyah. Firstly, the documentary itself. I'm guessing it was one of those things that really built up interest over time. I don't know how popular it is. I didn't know whether it was just something that me and my friends really loved. But then this kind of bubbling up, and then a movie being made out of it. What's this journey been like for you?
So surreal. I was able to do the tour for the documentary in 2014, but when they were filming in 2011, we didn't think much of it. Just a bunch of white guys with cameras following us around wherever we went, and we didn't expect them to get anything out of our experiences. Thankfully, a lot of factors played into making the story that is the documentary worth making. The whole transgender and different characters that presented themselves throughout, Thomas Rungan coming, and then we win our first match. But this Next Goal Wins is a completely different playing field. Hollywood is a lot bigger than... It has the reach that the documentary didn't have. And it's a bit overwhelming because I'm not used to doing junkets like this and talking to people about my personal experience, but I'm happy to do my part in helping to relay the message about my people and my culture and the Fa'afafine identity.
Well, of kind of Polynesian culture in general, Taika's been this great champion of recent years, not only in film and in TV. And reading a lot of interviews you've done recently after kind of COVID, you've talked about being more relaxed and being able to enjoy the collaborative experience of creating. Was this kind of, especially from a cultural perspective, did this feel kind of like a pinnacle of that, bringing these people together who have this story, and it feels like everyone has been involved creative. It feels very familial almost.
It is very familial, and that was the approach, was to bring everyone in, and everyone had a voice, and everyone could, for instance, if I was doing something a certain way, or I think there was some speech that Ian had written about Fa'afafine, and Dave's character was, these were these lines that I can't remember what the lines were, and he was like, "We wouldn't describe it like this. We wouldn't over-explain it." He said, "They're just our flowers." I was like, "That's even better. We'll go with that." So a lot of people, it was like everyone was sort of there together to make sure that we told an authentic story, but it was also fun, and we could make fun of ourselves, but also just keeping it true to ourselves.
Have you, over the last few years, kind of felt like you have been able to shoulder the burden of expectation and celebrity and stuff a little bit better, do you think? Is that one of the things where you've made, I know you made this a few years ago, but again, listening to interviews and stuff recently, you talk about being able to kind of relax in yourself. And is there any advice that you could pass on to Jaiyah with the attention that will come from something like this?
Yeah, just stop caring. It's there's plenty of advice I can give. It's you get all this the attention and stuff early on. It's it feels good. It's it's nice, it strokes your ego. But also one of the problems is you can't say anything without someone taking it the wrong way. You can't you're always being sort of judged. And I'm on a kind of smaller directory kind of level, not like a big someone who's constantly in the public eye. So my thing is really just not caring, because none of us are going to be remembered in 50 years anyway, and who cares? This is a dumb job. It's fun, and it should be fun, and no one has discovered that it's not a real job yet. And so you really enjoy it and take advantage of it before they do find out.
I've heard you say that before, and I if I'm still around, I'll certainly still be watching like What We Do in the Shadows in 50 years.
I'll keep making things. I just think it's like that's. Take the pressure off yourself.
I think you'll be remembered.
Just relax.
Yeah, without a doubt. And if
My
you
mum will
are,
remember.
if this does spark something, you get more into footy, and if you fancy following the lines of kind of your Ryan Reynolds and whatnot, and you need a little football team to get control of, Preston North End in the northwest of England would love to have you anytime you want.
That might be my thing, just taking true stories from different parts of the world and read.
Then you'll be remembered up there for sure. Guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy yourselves.
Cheers.
And it's probably too early to say this, but Merry Christmas as well.
Merry Christmas.